Hey everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and in today's video we're going to be giving you 5 different beliefs or 5 different questions you should be asking yourself if you want to get into this trucking career, right? So 5 beliefs of actually starting your trucking career, and where do you actually start? A lot of people who might be interested in trucking might be like, hey, how do I start? How much does it cost to get a CDL license? Do I need a license? Can I just go work for somebody? All those questions are going to be answered in this video specifically. So the first thing that you have to decide is, do I want to become a trucker, or do I want to get into the trucking career? In order to be an actual CDL driver, to qualify, you need to make sure that you at least hit the minimum requirements. So you're at least 18 years of age or older, you have a valid driver's license, you have a social security number, you're healthy enough to pass a DOT physical. Those are going to be the main requirements there. Every state might tweak it a little bit, but that's pretty much overall what you do have to understand. From there, if you do qualify, now you have to understand, okay, how much can I make as a truck driver? Did you know, on average, truck drivers make $75,000 a year? That's right, you heard me right, $75,000 per year on average, which means in order for that to be the average, there's a whole bunch of guys who make a whole lot more money than that. If you are okay making 75 on average, which means you can make a whole lot more than that, then trucking is a great way for you to actually get started and make some money. Trucking is also an amazing place where you can actually start your own business. So a lot of people who want to be entrepreneurs and kind of run their own life and kind of build an empire, trucking is a great way to do that too, because you'll get a skill set that you need that's super valuable. There's 80,000 truck driver shortage right now, and then you'll actually be able to kind of grow your business by maybe purchasing your first truck and driving it yourself, and then eventually hiring drivers for you and making sure that you continue to scale out that way. We actually just talked to a guy who started his business, I think when he was like 17 or 18 or something like that. He started off with 2 trucks. Now I think at 25 or 26, he has over 120 trucks, and he was able to scale that out. There's a podcast coming out on that soon if you haven't seen it already. All right, so now, you understand that trucking is a good avenue for you. Now, I guess the last thing to really figure out, or to ask yourself, hey, is trucking the best thing for me, is going to be barriers to entry. So how much is it going to cost? Does my background really affect it? Maybe I have like some tickets or driving records. Maybe I don't have like a GED or anything like that. Well, trucking is great for all people. It's the biggest equalizer, whether you're man, whether you're a woman, whether you're green, whether you're pink, whether you're blue, whether you're white, whether you're black. It doesn't matter. It's the most equal opportunity out there, because all you got to do is make sure you have the skill set needed to actually move forward. We've had people who are lawyers and doctors who want to retire and become truck drivers. We've had people who come right out of jail. They have a very hard time of actually starting a career, and trucking is a great way for that too. So you'll see people from all walks of life here, and that's one of the main reasons why we actually recommend a whole lot of people get into the industry, because it doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you've been, your past does not determine your future, and it's a great way to actually move forward and get your dreams accomplished. That being said, you want to become a truck driver, where do you actually start? Well, there was a law that passed in 2022 that said that you must go by law to an approved training provider. So the first thing that you should do is you should understand, okay, you have to go to a school. You can't just get trained by your buddy or anything like that. And you got to watch out. There's some scams out there. If the school is not an approved training provider on the FMCSA website, which is a national database for schools, then you might be paying somebody that you might not get a license from. And we hear this story more often than we want to hear. So we'll have students coming to us at Driving Academy, and they're like, hey, I just paid this school like $3,000, $2,000, $4,000, and all of a sudden they couldn't get me anything because they're not an approved training provider and they couldn't get their license. So you definitely want to avoid that scam. So once you understand which school is an approved training provider and which school is not, and the easiest thing to do, you can go online, check it out, or when you go to the school itself, just ask them for the license number, and they should be able to prove to you that they're approved by the state and approved by the federal side. Because some of these places, they try to kind of sneak around and they just try to get federal approval, and they're never approved by the state, and the same things happen to those students where they won't be able to get their license because of they pretty much got scammed. So if you want to come to the best truck driving school, I'm going to say come to Driving Academy. We have all the approvals necessary there. But we do understand that maybe Driving Academy is not everywhere. We've actually had students fly from Alaska, from Hawaii to come to our New Jersey locations. We are actually expanding nationwide, so we've started a franchise last year, and I think we're at like 11 or 10 territories total. over the country. So we will be opening up little by little as you check it out. If you want to check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com, can actually show you where our locations are coming soon and which ones are actually open. Doesn't matter when you watch this video. Now that you understand that the training provider has to be an actual approved thing, the next thing you should watch out for is, okay, what makes them different as an actual school? So the biggest things that you do want to watch out for is going to be, can the school actually get me trained to get my CDL license? Which means, do they have the facility, the resources, and the ability to do that? The second thing that you want to watch out for is, okay, can I financially do it? Like, is it going to fit into my schedule? Because everyone has a life to go for. And then the third thing is going to be, what does it look like after I actually get my license? Are they going to help me get an actual job? So let's go through those three things itself. When it comes to actually, is this school going to be able to help me get my CDL license? Because that's going to be the first thing that you want to actually decide for yourself. One, how many students have they trained so far? You can just simply ask them, check out their website, look for testimonials, reviews, anything like that. The next thing that you want to watch is actually go there for an in-person visit. See what kind of facility they have. Like if you were to come in to Driving Academy as a student, we'd invite you to come in for an actual, what we call a school tour. We'll show you exactly how our operation works. We'll actually show you what our yard looks like, how many instructors we have, all this stuff, what the classroom facility looks like. And we'll show you the exact process that we walk you through to make sure you're comfortable to walk with your CDL. Cool thing about actually becoming a student here, and when you come in for the tour, we'll give you a ride on one of these things right over here called the simulator. So we're one of the few schools in the country that actually offer simulation training. And this thing is not a cheap thing, right? So these things can cost anywhere from like $70,000 to $100,000 per unit, depending on which type of model that you purchase. And most schools do not actually invest that much money into their students because they don't really see the value in that. But us, our mission is to actually get you on the road to freedom. So we're here to help you get the CDL license, and we're also here to make sure that you get a job and you have the skill sets needed. And that's why we invest so much money into our infrastructure, so you get the best training possible. So once you actually understand what are good schools that are going to help you actually get the CDL license, and the things to avoid are going to be things like, hey, if the place looks dirty, if like it's not organized in there, like how well are they actually going to be training you on how to do it? How they interact with you in the beginning is pretty much how they're going to interact with you the entire way through. So keep that in mind. The next thing that you do have to understand is going to be, okay, this is a school that can actually help me get my CDL license. Hit that checkbox. The next checkbox is going to be, okay, can I afford it and does it work with my lifestyle? So every school is going to have many different options available. Some schools are going to be paying full. Some schools are going to, okay, put half down and pay the rest later. Some schools are going to run a credit report and kind of pull your credit and all that stuff too. Other schools are going to be what we call free schools. And the thing with those free schools that you have to watch out for is most of the time they have you sign a contract, and on that contract it clearly states that if you quit or get fired from your company that you're going to be working for after you get your CDL license, they have the right to sue you for like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for your CDL training. So you definitely want to watch out for any of those free schools out there. But we do understand that people do have lives, people do have bills. So the way that we've structured it is you can pay in full if you want the most flexibility possible. But the other thing is we also offer payment plans. Now there's no credit checks, doesn't matter what it is. We'll take you for your word. And what we'll do is it's going to be a minimum of $500 down when you get started. And then you pay as you go. You're paying towards your actual training itself. And then you don't have to worry about any kind of interest payments or any kind of credit pulls or anything like that, because everyone is qualified. If for whatever reason, hey, you're short on money that week, all you got to do is pause training for that week. You don't train. And when you have money the next week, you can come on in and continue your training that way. We're super flexible with that. We're here to make sure that you get your CDL license at any means possible. Now, money is only one side of it. The other thing is going to be a time commitment, because in order to get your CDL license, you actually have to commit time. So there's a lot of schools out there that have many different schedules. Our school is probably one of the most flexible schedules I've seen out there, and that's the way we designed it. We're open up 7 days a week, Monday through Friday. We're open from 8 o'clock in the morning all the way till 9 o'clock at night. We offer night training, we offer morning training, and we also offer Saturday and Sunday training from 9 to 1. And we actually let our students pick their own training schedule. So we're not going to force you onto a schedule itself. You're going to have access to your own student portal, which we invested a whole lot of money to make sure that you get the flexibility that you need there. And then you actually get to pick. Do you want to come in 1 day a week? Do you want to come in 5? Do you want to come in 3? And you get to pick the time slots that you want, assuming that there is availability at that time slot, because we want to make sure that the quality of training stays strong, right? If you're working full time and maybe you can only come at night, maybe you would make sure that you check it out in a school that actually has your time available. Maybe you only want to work on weekends or anything like that. Maybe you're picking up your kids at a certain time and you can only come in from like an 8 to 12 shift or something. So we have different variables available for all of our locations work the same exact way. And then the third and final step is going to be, can they actually help me find work? Because we all understand you're going to invest money, you're going to invest time, and to get this skill set to eventually make some more money and make sure that you get a career out of it, whether starting your own business or whether it's actually helping out with work. So the cool thing about us is that we actually offer a lifetime job placement program. Now, lifetime to us truly means lifetime, which means we're here to help you out up until the day you die. But after you're dead, that's it. We cannot help you anymore. That being said, it is super important that you do ask about lifetime job placement or job placement assistance for any school that you are interviewing to go. If you go through all this and all of a sudden they can't get you a job, then you're pretty much on your own trying to look for work around your need. So we have a whole system in place that can actually guide you through the process, whether you want to go local, regional, and over the road. And I guess I'll save the best thing for last. One of the coolest parts about our training program is that we actually have a guaranteed training program. What does that mean? That means we're going to give you unlimited attempts at the road test, which means you keep going for the test until you pass at no extra cost to you. As long as you follow our system and our process, you don't have to pay anything extra, and then you will walk away with your CDL license. Just don't give up on you. We won't give up on you, right? So those are all the different questions that I would ask if I was going to get my CDL license, no matter what school. I'm a little bit biased. I think that you should go to the best truck driving school in the country, and that's here at Driving Academy. We have locations, like I said, they're going to be opening up nationwide. So check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, cdldrivingacademy.com, and let's get you rocking and rolling. Thanks, and I'll see you soon. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully, we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.